All right. And for Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Houk. It's 4-3 UNLV, the Rebels, at Notre Dame Stadium today. Notre Dame, as probably everybody knows, is 3-3. And these are my final thoughts before kickoff. It's a near perfect day in South Bend today. A little chilly last week, actually. Temperature got down into the low 40s at kickoff. Of course, a night game, that makes a difference. Well, Indian summer is back in South Bend. It's sunny. No chance of rain, slightly breezy, but at kickoff, temperature expected to be for the afternoon kickoff, 74 degrees today. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous day on campus. And here are my thoughts. Number one, Notre Dame defense. Notre Dame's defense continues to play really well, even when the Irish lose. Last week against Stanford, they gave up 16 points. Well, 16 points ought to be good enough to beat just about anybody, and that was 12 points under Stanford's average for the season. Notre Dame has done that to everybody on their schedule so far, held them well under their average for points per game and also for yardage per game. And in that regard, friend of the site, friend of the show, Dwayne Anderson, sent me this morning. Notre Dame is holding its opponents, and I got to read this, to an average of 112.4 yards per game below that team's season average in yardage. That's phenomenal. That's 10th best in the country. That's great. Thank you for that stat, Dwayne. But that shows you that Notre Dame's defense is doing their job. And number two, that leads me to my second thought. UNLV has injuries today, and that is very critical to this football game. Two of their key weapons today, their running back, Aiden Robbins, and their quarterback, Doug Brimfield, have been out for most of the last two games, and they are really doubtful today as to whether they will participate. It's kind of a closely guarded secret. I think a little gamesmanship there. We don't know if they will play. But with those guys, UNLV went 4-1. Without those guys, they've lost the last two games 42-7 and 40-7. So look for Brumfield and Robbins. Pay attention if those guys are in the lineup. This is a different Rebels team today. And that brings me to my last thought. Notre Dame has got to get off to a fast start. That has been a point of emphasis all week. So far, in 6 games, Notre Dame has kicked 2 field goals in the first quarter. 2 field goals. They haven't had a lead at the end of the first quarter. They haven't scored a touchdown in the first quarter. That is just devastating to any team with hopes of having anything better than, well, let's face it, a 3-3 record at this point of the season. So Notre Dame needs to get off to a fast start, and I know from what we've heard that the word urgency has been used quite a bit around Notre Dame this week at practice. And the other thing to think about with Notre Dame is turnovers. This is another unbelievable statistic. 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception, 24 quarters of football. That's craziness. It doesn't happen at any level of football. Notre Dame is overdue to get turnovers. This is a team they can get turnovers against. So I say turnovers for Notre Dame. Why not today? Notre Dame is a 26.5 point favorite today. I don't know about covering all those points, but I do think the Irish are likely to bounce back today, without a doubt. I think there'll be urgency. I think they get some turnovers. I think they even score a touchdown in the first quarter. Wouldn't that be something? So the Fighting Irish preview pick today, Notre Dame 31, UNLV 17. Check out fightingirishpreview.com for lots of updates and content. And for Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Houk. I will talk to you after the game. Stay tuned to the website, fightingirishpreview.com, and our Facebook page for lots of updates, great photos from Chad Ryan during the game, and content and analysis and updates. And again, I'll talk to you after the game.